You know the sound, right? It is the sound of money coming right out of your wallet. I mean, you're getting food for your family, but it's at a cost.
I try and buy what I know I'm going to be cooking or using in a short period of time, just to avoid that whole, is it still good?
The USDA estimates nearly 40% of the food that we buy ends up in the trash. Sometimes it's because we make too much, right, and we throw it out. Sometimes we just let it go bad, right, in the fridge. Or maybe we just don't know whether the food is safe to eat or not because of whatever it says on the package.
So I know you've done that story a million times, and I still, every time I look, I'm always like, what did she say? Is this good
and then
or not?
you sniff and go,
I know.
I think she said it's okay to eat.
So I was wondering, how do you go about doing that? Do you look at the date? Do you not care about the date? Do you look at how it looks, how it smells?
A combination of all of it. I usually look at the date and say if it's a couple days after. Say if I got some spinach and it's 3 days after, I just kind of look at it, smell it, and then I'm like, oh, it doesn't look bad. 2 days is not going to kill me at night, and then I cook it.
I probably go more by the date, but I will add like 2 days after that. But my wife is sniff test. She'll smell everything, but I'm like, surely you can't smell when it's bad for everything. So we argue about that one.
I really go by like the level of risk of me getting sick.
Like
like if it's milk, forget about it.
Yeah,
if it's eggs, forget it. Even though I know I go a couple weeks after. But if it's like spinach or carrots or something like that, I'm like, I'm not gonna get sick. It's just gonna taste not very good.
So now, do you think it helps to like grocery shop a couple times a week to avoid that, or do you think that making a meal plan helps? What do you think helps?
I grocery shop every week, like either every Sunday afternoon or Saturday night, because I just cook for myself, and it helps make sure I just use what I need for that week, because I've noticed when I buy a ton of stuff, a lot of it starts to sit there. I'll go, oh, I actually don't want that anymore. Let me go to Chick-fil-A, and I could have saved money. And also, if I just never bought it to begin with.
We meal prep, but with a big family, we meal prep every week, but always my wife will have to go back again. She does all the grocery stuff. She'll go back at least once during the week.
And I enjoy going to the grocery store.
Yeah, I do too.
It's like seeing what's there.
A treat for me.
For me, I kind of do what Lauren does as well, but I make sure to also get like a good combination of frozen foods too. So if so I don't run out of food. But I'm also, in case I like eat another meal out that I wasn't planning on, like
it won't go bad.
Food won't go bad.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the food labels coming up at 5 o'clock. But what I wanted to kind of concentrate on this one was ideas to help you save money and not waste the food.
If you're throwing out a lot, you might be buying too much food. Shopping with a list will keep you focused on what you'll actually use.
All right, so here are some ideas on how to stop the waste. Consider buying a frozen produce. It's just as nutritious as your fresh, and you can take out only what you need, keep the rest frozen. You want to keep your dry goods in clear, airtight packaging. Not only is this going to be less susceptible to like dampness and mold and all that kind of stuff and getting stale, but you're more likely to use what you can actually see. I know that is very true for me. And last but not least, freezing extra batches of chili or leftovers or whatever it is to cut back on waste, but only if you get around to eating those leftovers. So mark the leftovers with the date that you froze them and actually what it is, so that you know what it is, right? And then you can actually have the meal that you think you're having instead of pulling out something else you don't think you're having.